Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've been getting a lot of questions from clients about whether or not we should tattoo their eyebrows with an uplifted brow tail, meaning it goes up and out instead of curving down. And while I do agree tails need to be uplifted to open the eye, there are a few things that we need to consider, especially when we're doing something semi-permanent or permanent like an eyebrow tattoo. So let's talk about that today. So the first thing I always consider when I'm shaping out a client is the natural hair growth pattern for that client. A skilled artist is always going to work with your hair, not against it. And if we fight that natural shape, it's going to be more maintenance for the client, meaning if we ignore the hair tail that they naturally have, they're going to constantly be having to pluck or wax and rip out that hair, which also means there will be less natural hair in the brow tattoo, which could mean that it won't look as natural long term, right? We always want to preserve the integrity of the hair as much as possible. Obviously, we don't want the tail growing down on their eyelids, but we do need to preserve as much natural hair as possible if you want that long-term result to look natural. The other thing that I like to consider is trends. I don't like to tattoo based on trends. I'm thinking about what your eyebrow is going to look that day, a month from then, but also a year or two from your procedure date. So I always say go with a timeless look. Go with your version of timeless, whatever that may be. Don't do something long-term like permanent makeup based on trends. In my opinion, and in all of my almost a decade of experience, that is not a good way to go. Okay, so this is the general rule that I follow, and we're going to show the mapping string line, that we never want the tail to come below the head of the brow. So yeah, we don't want the tail to come below the head of the brow, as you can see by this string line. If it goes below the head of the brow at the front, then it's going to make the eyebrow downturn and make the eye look sad. So we don't want to do that. So you do want to have it lifted up a little bit. In my humble opinion, I feel an uplifted but slightly longer tail, when appropriate, completes the natural arch, and it also emphasizes the eye's shape, making the eye look open and elegant, and it really just frames the eye. With all that being said, I do encourage my clients to bring in inspo pictures if they have them. We will always do an interactive shaping session. So I will always map and do a mock-up drawing of your eyebrows based on your natural eyebrow shape and your bone structure. And then you get to have a look at it. And if you're wanting a shorter tail, longer tail, more fluff, less fluff, all that kind of stuff, we always work through it together. I'll always give you my professional opinion, but at the end of the day, you are the one that has to look at them every day, not me. So usually we can find some sort of compromise and make sure that you're leaving here still feeling like yourself, just a better version of yourself and with the brows that you've always dreamed of.